I faked my way into a professional looking studio. This studio you actually see here is not real, it's fake. We went from looking like this to this. I am super excited to share with you guys how I create this professional looking YouTube studio background without actually owning a fancy studio. This makes your content stand out and look more appeasing and professional. So no more I don't have a nice looking background excuse for not making that content you have been wanting to make. I am going to be walking you through on how to get this professional looking YouTube studio background with all the nice props and equipment without actually having to break the bank. You as well can recreate this by following these 3 basic steps. At the end of this video, I will be sharing out some bonus tips that will help upscale your overall video quality to make it looks and sound even more professional. So stick around till the end of this video. Trust me, you wouldn't want to miss out on these major bonus tips. This is the very first step you take, and it is super important to get the most quality out of your camera. Be it a smartphone or a DSLR camera, you can always go to your video recording setting and select the highest recording resolution available, because the quality of your recording sets a tone for the entire video. And for your background, you don't have to worry too much about that, because we will be fixing it in the post-production. Just get a decent place, focus on yourself, and deliver that amazing content. I would recommend you position yourself in the center of the frame while you are recording your video. I usually turn on the grid feature in my camera setting to help me get in center frame easily. Also, you have to make sure that you are in a well-lit environment. As for me, I currently make use of 1 ring light and 2 other tube lights to light up my environment while I'm recording my video. This is because my surrounding is a little bit dark, but you can always make use of any light source you have at your disposal. Alternatively, if you don't have any light source, you can just sit by your window side to get that natural lighting from the sun. For your audio, using a lapel wired microphone or even the inbuilt microphone of your smartphone can actually work wonders. Just make sure that you are in a quiet environment to avoid background noise. As for me, I currently make use of the BM800 condenser microphone to record my content. You can check out the sound test video I did comparing the audio quality to that of my phone after this video. I will drop the link down in the description below. And lastly, be sure to record a stable footage. You can actually do that by making use of a tripod stand to record your video, or even still, just place your phone or camera on a stable surface to prevent shaky footage. And now onto the magic part, which is creating our background. We will be making use of an AI tool to generate a professional looking YouTube studio background for our video. There are a lot of fantastic AI tools out there that can be used to generate artificial images like Adobe Firefly, Runway ML, Leonardo.ai, FreePic, Midjourney, and the list keeps going on and on and on. Using this AI tool, you can generate stunning looking images just by describing what you want in the prompt. I personally prefer making use of the Adobe Firefly when generating an artificial image because it gives me more room for customization. Like, I could decide to choose my own aspect ratio, content type, effects, lighting, and much more. You can even upload an image sample as a reference to what the AI image should look like, even after describing it in the prompt. Now, tell me that isn't cool. But for the purpose of this video, I will be making use of FreePic for my background. Reason is because it's much more easier to work with and even have some nice looking templates you can download. So let's head on to www.freepic.com. Then we search for professional YouTube studio background. These are cool looking backgrounds you can download from. And the major plus is that they are actually free to download. You tend to get beautiful looking studio background with all the props without spending a dime. I strongly advise you scroll through and preview this background. Also, I recommend you download at least 3 backgrounds you are okay with. This will really help you in the final process because you tend to choose the one that suits your footage the best. So I would go ahead and download this, and finally this one. By the way, if you are really enjoying this content and find it very informative, I would really appreciate you like, comment, and share this video. It will really make me happy and help create even better content in general. And most importantly, smash on the subscribe button, please. For the last step, once we have all the resources we need, I recommend we take it and compile it into a single folder and name it whatever you want. This isn't really an important task to perform, but it is a simple trick that top content creators do to help organize everything together and overall make their editing process much more faster and smoother. So as for me, I will be naming the folder AI YouTube background. So for the purpose of this video, I will be making use of the CapCut software to edit our video. This is because it is free to use, but it has a premium package too. It also has basic interface that will just require a few minutes to understand, and also a lot of automations that will require much more longer steps to recreate while using a more professional video editing software. Regardless, you can always make use of any video editing software of your choice because they mostly do have similar interface. Head on to www.capcut.com, download and install the software. After doing that, open the CapCut software, click on Create New Project, then click on Import. This will open up the File Explorer. Head on to the folder location where you saved your resources. As for me, I save it in Downloads. Click on the folder and then click on Import Folder. This will bring up your resources into the video editing software. What I personally usually do first is to drag my 3 backgrounds down to the timeline. After that, drag and drop the original footage on top of the background. So, next is to remove the background of the recorded video. And you can do that by clicking on the recorded video. Head on to the top left hand side. You will see video, then click on it. Under it, you will see basic, remove background and other features. Click on the remove background. Further click on auto removal. So what this feature actually does is that it automatically cuts out the human figure from the background, which is what we actually want. This will take few moments to process depending on the length of your footage. So after the processing is being completed, so we are now left with our footage and the 3 backgrounds. You can scroll through each of the backgrounds to find which one suits your video the best. Personally, I think I am much more okay with this particular one. So after making your preferred choice, you should delete the other 2 and then stretch the background of the one you choose to match the length of your video. We are not done just yet. So to give our background a more realistic and professional look, I personally like to add a little bit of depth to our background. This just gives us a little bit of separation from the subject, which is me, and the background. And you can do this by adding a little bit of blur to your background. And you can do this by clicking on the background, go to Effects, click on Video Effects, scroll down to where you see Lens, then click on Blur. It will take a few seconds to download the effect since it is your first time. After downloading the blur effect, you can apply it to your background either by dropping it right on top of the background or drop it inside of the background. This doesn't look really good, so I prefer to bring down the intensity to somewhere around 6 to 10. At this point, you just have to play around with your background and your footage till it matches your preference. After getting your taste, click on the export to export out the video. So as I mentioned earlier that at the end of this video, I'll be giving out some bonus tips to help your video looks even more professional and realistic. First is your audio quality. Audio is the most essential part of your video. You might not have a high-end video resolution and still make good content, but when your audio is trash, your content too is trash. To enhance your audio quality, I recommend you make use of this website. Let's head on to www.adobepodcastenhancer.com. Upload your audio clip. It will take a few seconds to process and enhance it to sound high quality studio-like, and then you can download it and sync it to your video. And a major plus is that this website is absolutely free. Second is your color contrast. I always make sure to try as much as possible as I can to make my background image and my footage have a similar color. This removes sharp edges and give it a uniform lighting, which further gives it a professional and realistic looking. I do this by clicking on my recorded footage, head on to Adjustments, scroll down to Color and play around with the color, lightness and effects till it matches the color of my background. After implementing all of the aforementioned steps, here is what the final footage looks like. I faked my way into a professional looking studio. This studio you actually see here is not real, it's fake. We went from looking like this to this. If you enjoy this content and find it very informative, I would really appreciate you liking, sharing and commenting on this post, because it will really make me happy and even help create more better quality content in general. And most importantly, smash on the subscribe button, please.